And we welcome you between the bricks in this presentation of the South Atlantic Conference on the Bears Sports Network, presented by MBA Roofing. We've got a lax doubleheader between the bricks for you today inside Moretz Stadium as the Wolves of Newberry have made the 102-mile trek north here to Hickory to take on the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Women first, men second. Eric Bach, Anthony Brown, delighted you are along with us here on this Wednesday afternoon in AB. These are two teams. Newberry's 8-2, Lenoir-Rhyne's 4-6, but the numbers are similar. The scores against common opponents are similar, and this first game should be a real war here this afternoon.
I expect it to be a war. You're talking about the Wolves, who are trying to get their first ever win against this program, so that gives them a little incentive. And for the Bears, they've played a tough schedule. You want to take advantage and protect your home field in between the bricks. Obviously
coming off a tough loss to number 1 Queens. You take a look at our team comparison this season. Newberry, the slight edge in most stats, the turnovers per game about the same. They've scored a lot more goals than the Bears have, but they've played a little bit of weaker competition than the Bears have so far. And we expect Newberry to really have to scratch and claw if they're going to grab their first ever win against Lenoir-Rhyne here in women's lacrosse. As we take a look now at our head-to-head, it's a really interesting one. Chloe Wood for Newberry is the second leading scorer in the SAC with 44 goals. She will be the focal point of the offense, and Jolynn Morey, who's been great this year, 14 goals, 16 assists, 30 points, is in the top 10 in the conference as well.
And for both these teams, they'll need their star players to show up if they want to get a win. For the Bears, I think especially for Morey, she's really like a quarterback behind the cage, going to have to really direct traffic, connect on some passes, but score when she has to.
Take a look now at our keys to the game presented by Fry Regional Medical Center. Talked to Coach Buck before this one, and obviously coming off the big loss to Queens on Saturday, these, AB, are the keys that she gave to you for today.
Yeah, so we're going to start out with disciplined defense. We saw you don't want to give up a bunch of free position shots, or like in the last game we had, Isabel Dunham, one of the best defenders in the conference, got sent off real early in the game. You don't want to try to avoid those clears. Got to dominate the midfield, take advantage, and get to your offensive side when you get the chance on a defensive stop. And then lastly, the Bears have struggled to score. Got to get some shots up. This is a Newberry team who hasn't played as tough of a schedule as you, so test their defense, put some shots up early, and try to get some goals, get some confidence going. Try to make this game more like the Coker game was, where you're playing a team that you're familiar with, you get some goals early, and it leads to a big outburst.
Bears, 3 out of their 4 wins, they've scored single-digit goals, so they're more comfortable playing a lower scoring game. There's the starting lineups. The starting lineups today, this afternoon, are joined by the Hickory Hooligans. They're a youth girls lacrosse team here in Hickory, coached by LR alums Mitchie Tang and Kat Gaffney. Obviously, Mitchie Tang, her poster is up on the wall here in Moretz Stadium, so she's one of the best players that's ever played here. And so a good opportunity today for the Hooligans to get announced with the Bears starting lineup here today.
Love to see the outreach of the Bears. We already talk about Tang, but Kat Gaffney, all-time leading assister here at the LR program. They're getting great teaching from 2 of the best to ever play between the bricks here for the women.
And cool to see those 2 players give back in this community. Obviously, Lenoir-Rhyne is such a focal point of the Hickory community, and this is another big example why. First draw coming between Newberry and Lenoir-Rhyne after this break here on the Bears Sports Network.
Hey Bears fans, Dave here with Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac, your local hometown dealer since 1967. Come see us in Hickory or Morganton to check out all of GM's hottest new products, the area's largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, and service you can depend on. Visit us online at everettchevy.com. Good luck to the Bears this season, and remember, if you didn't get an Everett deal, you didn't get a deal at all. Go Bears!
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
Doesn't matter who you are, Everett has you covered. Proud sponsor of the LR Bears.
Ready to roll here at Moretz Stadium between the bricks. Eric Bach, Anthony Brown. Delighted you are with us here on this Wednesday afternoon. It's actually sneaky warm. It was supposed to be like mid to low 50s, but the sun is shining. Not a cloud in the sky. It's actually supposed to get progressively warmer as we go throughout the evening. The men's game coming up at 7 o'clock after this one's done.
It's going to be another good one.
Yeah. This is a big game in the SAC because the Bears are 2-1, 4-6 overall, but 2-1 in league play. The only loss is to Queens, who I would imagine that everyone is going to be losing to Queens this year in at least regular season play. Newberry 3-1. So this is a big game for the Bears. Newberry coming off a loss. They got thumped last Wednesday too by Mount Olive, 22-7. So both these two teams coming off pretty substantial losses,
and these are also teams in the conference because, like you said, mention of Queens, both their only losses in the conference
are to Queens. Yeah.
And you are trying to avoid falling into that 4th seed
Yep.
when you get into the conference tournament, so you could try to possibly avoid Queens until the conference championship game. Well, in order to do that, you got to take care of business against everybody else. These are two teams that are going to leave it all out here between the bricks because they need it.
And the schedule is not easy for the Bears. They got UVA Wise coming in here on Saturday, who's a strong program. Obviously, Limestone and Wingate are both strong. So that's got to have this one if you're LR. Newberry obviously wants it equally as bad to get the 0 out of the win column against the Bears. 0-11 all time. And Newberry in last season's meeting was winning at the break 7-4, and Lenoir-Rhyne scored 14 goals in the second half. Down at Newberry to win that game. It was maybe the most insane game of the entire season for the Bears last year. It was certainly a memorable one.
Between that and their conference semifinal game against UVA Wise.
Yeah.
That was the two most interesting games, I'd say, for the Bears last year. But this is a team for the Wolves who's threatened recently.
Chloe Wood, Chloe Christensen takes the opening draw. Chloe Wood for Newberry took the opening draw in the Mount Olive game and marched right down the field and scored in the first 30 seconds, but that was about the last thing that went well for the Wolves in that game. But the Bears control, and off we go between the bricks. But getting out of trouble there was Caitlin Lehman. Now the Bears into their offensive zone.
And this is where the interesting part will be for the Bears. They didn't get a whole lot of offense and against Queens, so now let's see if they can attack, set up something early.
Shut out in the first half, lost the game 24-2, which Queens does that to just about everyone, so there's really no shame in that. Queens got Newberry 21-5, so about the same story when these two teams met the Royals. But 50 seconds on the shot clock for Lenoir-Rhyne. Susie Smith, leading scorer, 19 goals in the middle. There's some contact in our first whistle of the day.
Nice action right there. Maury, she went behind the goal, ran off, almost like in basketball, like a little curl screen, came right in front wide open. A little too physical from the Wolves.
So a free position for the Bears. Maury will take it and gets denied. Good save there by Newberry. And the second chance is also turned away. That's Mac Dorr, freshman goalkeeper from New York, mans the goal for Newberry, and she's up to the first challenge today.
We talked about the Wolves. They haven't faced as tough of a schedule opponent-wise, but the numbers are legit on their defense.
Yeah, give up the second fewest goals in the league, only to Queens. So it's been a really good season for Newberry under first-year head coach Tommy Kelly. Took over the Wolves program. It's still a relatively young program.
Now let's see what they can do with this set. For the Bears, their defensive side, it's a lot of aggression at the top, and then they just rely on their goalkeeper to make some big saves.
Behind the net it goes, halfway through the 90-second shot clock at 45 for Newberry. With it is Chloe Wood, 44 goals. She's at the top there, the 15-yard line. Takes it in on Lehman, gets doubled.
We're going to see a lot of that from the Bears. They like to double up top, try to get some turnovers.
Finding a little bit of space was Heather Johnston for Newberry, but she got the ball jarred loose that time by Liz Black. Wolves have to reset now with 20.
Bears doing a great job, not allowing her to turn the corner. And then Isabel Dunham does what she does best. One of the best back checkers. Just kind of catches your stick lacking.
But makes a high pass that leads to a turnover over the head of her teammate there. And so not a good defensive play by Dunham, but then a sloppy one to turn it over and give the Wolves another possession.
And that's a problem the Bears have had. That's why the turnover numbers are kind of high this season. And really that's where they've gotten themselves into trouble. And part of the reason why the offensive numbers are so low. Just got to get it back to offense.
17.5 giveaways per game for the Bears thus far this season. Wood off the screen. Fires way high as she was bothered there by Dunham. The ball will stay with the Wolves with 60 and counting on the shot clock. The official indicating to Kendall Sewell that she has to start from the back of the end zone, and now the Wolves will go. This is Wood off the look from Richardson. Wood dumps it in, ball's loose. Right in front of the net, and the shot went wide off the stick of Plumer.
Ooh, that was dangerous.
After a loose ball there, Newberry wins it, and the ball goes back to Lenoir-Rhyne, they say.
Maybe that was a pass more than a shot. They're trying to say just flicking it out.
That must have been what they ruled, because there's no other way that would have been able to go to Lenoir-Rhyne. So Tiana Sieben, who's been one of the best goalkeepers in the SAC this year, turns away the first chance of the day for Newberry, and now the Bears into their offensive half.
And I expect this to be a little bit of a dogfight unless one team just gets rolling like the Bears. They've shown at times their offense can get rolling, get a couple goals in a row. But both these defenses are pretty stout.
Morey with it. Finds a cutting, and there's a whistle and a flag as Tess Grimley caught the pass. And this is going to be a free position for the Bears, I believe.
Taking advantage of the opportunities early. Good movement on the offensive side.
Grimley, a freshman from Margate City, New Jersey. Second free position today for the Bears. They got turned away the first time. And this time, Grimley gets turned away again. A great save by Dorr. She's 2 for 2 on those and keeps this a scoreless ball game.
Caught that one clean right in the middle of the net. Read that one too easy. I think bouncing it's going to be the best way to go against her right now. But she's locked in.
2 really high-level saves for Mac Dorr, just another freshman. Spearheaded that Newberry defense that's given up the second fewest goals in the SAC.
It's a lot of youth on this field for both teams, but it's talented youth.
Do apologize if you hear the construction in the background. The construction stops for no lacrosse game. Got to get Moretz Stadium built in time for the fall and then next lacrosse season. So they're working basically, as long as the sun is up, they're working here between the bricks. They're starting to build the lacrosse dugouts behind us as Sieben makes a really nice save up tight against Chloe Wood. So both goalkeepers bringing it so far here in the first 5 minutes of this game.
And that was a nice save on a good cut. Not an easy play, but look at Lafleur using the speed, getting around the edge. It's one of the few matchups, I think, where the Bears actually do hold the speed advantage.
Cassie Lafleur has been one of the fastest players on this team for a couple years now, the graduate student from Penn Yan, New York. This ball swung around Alexa Berghardt, freshman from Wilmington, to Ashley High School. Wilmington's such a good lacrosse town. A lot of really good talent, both men's and women's, produced out of the port city. Cutting is Grimley. She got turned away on the free position last time as the Bears are halfway through this possession. Getting in the middle there, and we have a whistle and a trip as Morey got a little bit of space there in front of the net, and she'll have her second free position of this first quarter.
And that's all created by the speed. She just turned the corner faster than the Wolves could stop her. Kind of leave you no room but the tripper right there. And let's see if the Bears can crack through here.
Jolynn, 30 points coming in. And misses wide. I'm not sure that Dorr got a piece of that one. I think Morey overthought that one a bit. And the Bears are 0 for 3 on free positions here in the first 7+ minutes of this game.
And that's a little bit of a rare sight. One, the Bears have struggled to get free position shots. And then two, when they've got them, they've cashed them in.
Gotta find a way to cash those in. A lot of missed opportunities offensively here for the Bears in the first few. Robin Hall for Newberry brought it into their zone, and now the Bear defense sets itself up. The Wolf offense will do the same.
I wouldn't be surprised if either one of these teams tries to pick up the tempo and get a little more transition play. Help these offenses because these goalies are locked in early.
Wood gets a step and a goal. The first one of the day for Newberry goes to the leading scorer on the team, Chloe Wood, the senior from Alberta, Canada. And despite having fewer chances thus far in the early going, Newberry's got the first goal of the game.
A little bit of the story of the season to start this game for the Bears. It's not a lack of opportunity. It's just a lack of hitting the target.
Not a whole lot Sieben can do there. Wood, one of the best scorers in the SAC. Got a pretty good look at it. All of our replays on the Bear Sports Network, presented by our friends at Spangler Restoration. So 1-0 Newberry. Just over 6.5 minutes into this one. Number 45 on the season for Chloe Wood with a month left. I mean, that's really impressive.
That's half as many as the whole LR team has. Just
to
put it in perspective, that's a big number.
Bears comfortable playing those lower scoring games. They have faith in Sieben and their defense. As the draw is won by nobody yet. The ground ball picked up off the draw by Emily Foxall.
And for the Bears, there's a couple faces noticeably missing right now. Ellie Campbell, it's been a big part of their offense, and not seen her on the field yet today. So a little bit of growing pains, but they've got some good opportunities. You got to lean on Susie Smith, Caitlin Kavanaugh, and Jolynn Morey.
Barely called Susie Smith's name so far. Obviously, she's going to be the focal point of every team's game plan, but clearly the case today for the Wolves. Foxall tried to get a step on her defender and could not.
Just not a whole lot of action right now from some of the big names for the Bears.
Susie Smith with it. Gets knocked off her spot there by Madeline Messersmith. And 33 on the shot clock for LR.
Plenty of time here. Still no need to panic. Just got to run your offense and get a good look.
Morey with 15. Look for Smith cutting. She spins through a lot of traffic. Now 10 to shoot. And a goal. Heck of a job there. Late shot clock by Caitlin Kavanaugh off the assist from Smith. The Bears took just about all the time there in the shot clock, but it pays off and the game's tied at 1.
Just kept working. And Kavanaugh, she was inching up right behind the cage. You could just see her working her way up, trying to find some space. And Susie Smith did a great job to hit her right in the middle of the stick and then to place that one home.
11th goal this season for Caitlin. She's got 11 goals, 11 assists. So the Bears answer the Newberry goal with the first of their day here with just under 7 to go in the first quarter.
And that's a goal that I think the Bears can build some energy off of because they had to work for it. A couple of tough catches. The Wolves are doing a good job of contesting everything in tight. You're just going to have to find some goals when you're a team like the Bears who doesn't score a lot.
Had some good chances here with the free positions in the first few minutes. The first goal is regular strength goal. The draw won by Newberry. And Wood ends up with the ground ball. Bears only picked up 9 ground balls in the entire Queens game. Just shows you how dominant the Royals were and are.
I mean, that game, that's one of those games you just kind of got to throw away.
Yep.
And I'm glad to see the Bears today. It looks like it hasn't impacted them at all. Newberry's
game with Queens happened almost 2 months ago. It was back on February 12th. playing a league game that early. There's a flag down. Wood gets close, and I believe this is going to be a penalty on the Bears.
And I think we might have a shot to the head here. Saw it pretty early. Refs did a good job to let it play keep going, though, as it didn't hinder the action. But this is easily the best chance now for the Wolves.
Chloe Wood already has the first goal of the day for Newberry. Gets a free position here. And misses wide right. Sieben cut off the near post. Wood tried to go far side and could not. The ball ends up back in the hands of the Bears. A really nice defensive sequence there by first Sieben and then Isabel Dunham.
Great speed there, and then cut off the Wolves players so she couldn't get to the ball. Just a fantastic job right there by the Bears, and they do another good job here, getting it up to Smith and now leading the clear. Nice play here in the middle.
Smith gets it ahead. Foxall shoots and misses left. And a save made by Newberry. Can't say enough about Mac Dorr so far. She's been excellent between the pipes for Newberry.
And that was a good opportunity. I think you got to move that shot. Too easy of a save for a goalie that's as locked in as Dorr is.
Stopped 2 out of the 3 free positions. There's a turnover caused. Cassie Laffler, the ball still rolling, finally picks up the ground ball.
She's not one to look the score, so she's probably going to get here and try to find some help. But if you're the Bears, your defense is doing what you expected them to do. They've given you a chance all year.
We have got some heavy machinery driving like right behind us. So I don't know how much it's getting picked up on the broadcast, but here's some heavy-duty stuff as the ball is loose and a turnover caused there by Newberry. Nice defensive play by Elise Isaacs.
There's some construction work going on the field right now by both of these offenses, trying to figure out how to get past these defensive lines. Nice catch right there.
Really nice by Heather Johnston, the sophomore from Florida. Newberry, in my opinion, has one of the better color schemes in the South Atlantic Conference. I really like their red, as there's a foul called on the Bears. And Summer Maddox, sophomore from La Plata, Maryland, as Marissa Plummer will have to fix her hair and get rolling now for the Wolves.
Been a pretty quick and smooth played first quarter so far.
We saw a couple weeks ago when Young Harris came here, that was just a choppy game. A lot of whistles, a lot of fouls. Ended up being a loss for the Bears after they were ahead in that game in the first half. Didn't have a great second half offensively. But it's an out-of-conference game. These are the ones that matter the most. The ones here today against Newberry. 20 to shoot for the Wolves. Falling down there was Castle Richardson, and a caused turnover by Dunham, and here she comes down the far side.
So good. I think she's going to play her chance into an all-conference selection.
If she can stay in the games. She
very aggressive, too. That's part of the reason why she gets some of those cards. She's such an aggressive defender. You could see right there, stood her ground. And then the speed, to be able to clear like that, set up your offense, a very dynamic player.
Really hurt the Bears, her going out with her second yellow card in the first quarter of the Queens game. That her not being there on defense really hurt the team.
Just the first 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, but she's back here today and playing really well. Bears trying to take their first lead of the day, under 3 to go first quarter.
Again, you got to find Smith, Kavanaugh, and Morey.
Foxall with it. Caitlin Kavanaugh scored the first goal of the day for the Bears. 30 to shoot. Nearly an errant pass. A good catch there by Christensen. Now she finds Susie Smith at the point. She's doubled. Pass to the middle is dropped and then picked up by Foxall. With 15 to shoot, the Bears will try to get a good shot here. Christensen gets it in the middle to Morey, who battering rams her way, and they say it's a foul on Morey, but now the officials, I think, are going to get together. One official said the foul was on Morey, and the other, I think, is going to call it on Newberry.
Because I think you had the double team come over. I think the first defender actually fouled.
Yeah.
And then I think there was a charge. We'll go to alternating possession. So the Bears, It'll work like a turnover
Basically
here.
offsetting fouls there.
It's a little bit of a tough one because if you're Moore, you're thinking you're getting pushed
Take
pretty
a
hard
look.
from the left side.
You were 100% right there, AB. The first defender definitely did foul there on the Spangler replay, but
Kind of get pushed into that charge.
now Newberry the other way. Watching the replay, I thought it was a charge in real time, but watching the replay, I disagree. I thought should have just been a defensive foul there on Newberry, but the officials did not agree.
Just about 90 seconds to go here. A lot of good work on the defensive side by both teams. A bouncer.
And a goal.
Wow.
For Kendall Sewell, sophomore from Bel Air, Maryland, got around in front of the net and skipped one past Sieben. Newberry grabs the lead back at 2-1.
A little bit of a CNI shot there. And I don't think this one will be allowed.
Are they waving it off?
Yes, I think an illegal stick. So, we don't see that too often.
Would have been Sewell's 7th goal of the year, but because of an illegal stick, the officials wave it off.
That might explain why
We
she
think.
was able to keep control of it because she took a nice bump there in the middle. A little bit of a CNI shot. Great shot. But, yeah, it looks like we'll have an illegal stick. Ball is in the middle of the field.
So that's a big break for the Bears here early.
And they'll go, I'm pretty sure they'll go a man up now. So, big break for the Bears with just 80 seconds to go here. Can run it all the way down, and now you can end with the lead.
Yeah, the Bears almost an identical game and shot clock here. .64. So actually the game clock less than the shot clock by about 3 seconds. So the Bears can hold this all the way to the end if they so choose.
In a game like this, I don't know if they want to pass up any opportunity. Just score when you can. Being real patient.
Tight defense there for Newberry. By Faber. Ball's popped up right in front of the goal and snagged out of the air by Dorr. So that was not the possession the Bears wanted, and now with 25 and ticking, Newberry has a chance here before the end of the first quarter.
Both defenses are just being so strong right now. Everything is
exactly
so
what we expected in this game.
difficult.
Low scoring. Newberry, one of the top defenses in the league. And a foul, or a whistle there at least, on the Bears. As Newberry will keep going at the end of the clock, and that will do it. So, Bears got a couple of whistles there late, but that slowed up the Wolves enough. And we are through one with just a goal apiece. Newberry got the second one, but it got waved off. And we'll head to the second quarter after this break in a 1-1 ball game here on the Bears Sports Network.
Moret Stadium is an iconic part of LR athletics, hosting games, tailgating, marching band competitions, sports camps, and graduation ceremonies. The stadium serves as a valued focal point for the greater Hickory area. The time has come to renovate the stadium to allow LR to continue to offer our student athletes, fans, and the community an exceptional experience.
Welcome back Between the Bricks in this presentation of the South Atlantic Conference on the Bear Sports Network, presented by MBA Roofing. A low-scoring slugfest of a first quarter between Lenoir-Rhyne and Newberry here between the bricks. Eric Bach, Anthony Brown, delighted you're along with us. And AB, look at the shots. I mean, 6-6, goals 1-1, shots on goal 4-2 in favor of the Bears, and the ground balls 5-2 in favor of the Bears here in the first quarter. Newberry 6 for 7 in clears, Bears 4 for 5. The Bears have controlled 2 out of the 3 draws, so about as even as you can get through the first 15.
And I think for the Bears, that was a quarter that you want. Maybe not in execution, but in style of play. I think that's exactly what they wanted here. That's a nice job by Grimley to come in and control that one. But you get 3 free position shots and no goals out of them. I think if you're Coach Buck and you told her you're going to get 3 free positions in the first quarter, she'd have took that any time.
100%. The one Bear goal just came, it was just a regular goal. It wasn't off a free position, so.
And it's not like the free positions are coming to some of the non-scorers. You're getting your goal scorers. Morey had 2 of them.
Yep. Missed one and got turned away by Dorr in the other one.
So for the Bears, I think they're playing exactly how they want to. They just got to score, but you got to be patient. Their defense is going to give them a chance. Just got to find a way to get through this Wolves defense. So they work with about 50 seconds now on the shot clock. Wide open in the middle, missed Lehman there.
Bears with it. Cambry Cochran, pardon me.
Susie Smith up top. She's been working it up there at the point.
That's where she's been most of the day, but hasn't really gotten much going. Gets doubled here. Gets pinballed around between a couple of different defenders and gives it up right in the middle. Missing wide left was Christensen. And the Bears will grab a fresh 60.
I think they're going to say that one actually was saved as the shot clock gets reset.
Didn't look like Dorr got a piece of it. Now going down off the ground ball there was Messersmith. And it leads to a Newberry possession.
But again, that's another great look right in front. And then they're going to give the credit for a save there, but a lot of good chances for the Bears.
It's a 4th save for Dorr.
Don't know what the program record is, but 4 saves this early in the game's got to be on pace to break it.
Room here for Richardson. It's cut off right in front of the goal, and there's another save, this time by Sieben right at her chest, and then she throws the pass a little bit too high.
It might work out in the Bears' favor here.
Can they pick it up? Kavanaugh right there, and she does. Numbers for LR. Kavanaugh gets close and scores. A bad pass leads to a goal, and the Bears take their first lead of the day, 2-1.
Sieben also gets credited with the assist there, and she'll say it's a great pass.
Right.
It just missed everybody except the one person she needed to hit.
Look at the Spangler replay. It's over the head. Over all the Wolves' heads, too. Well done by Kavanaugh to pick it up, and she did the rest right there.
Great speed, and that's why I'm a little surprised the Bears haven't tried to open this game up more. They have the speed advantage in a lot of areas. See if they can make this more of a track meet, get a higher score up, especially with a defense right now for the Wolves and a goalie that's locked in. Get as many one-on-ones as you can to help yourself.
Kavanaugh's got both of the goals today for the Bears.
That's a great sight for them. Early on in the season, I thought she was going to be the leading scorer. She's missed a few games through injury, and the roles change as the year goes along, but definitely can fill it up. Finally put the Bears ahead here.
12th goal of the season. Off the draw. That's where the Bears have done well today, but this one still loose. Looked like Newberry had a shot at it, but now the Bears win it. Chloe Christensen, a nice physical ground ball pickup there.
Physical is the word. She was putting her body in there and moving people until she got it.
Just a freshman from Clemens, just down the road between Hickory and Winston-Salem. A bad pass again as the ball trickles near the sideline but stays in. The Bears preserve the possession. A good hustle play there by Liz Black to pick it up. Looking for the middle, and they get it there. Ball is deflected.
Wow.
And a good chance there for Caitlin Lehman, turned away again by the Newberry defense.
I have no idea how that didn't end up as a goal.
It looked like just a point-blank shot there for Lehman, but I'm not sure if it was door or defender that got their body on the ball.
Yellow card there assessed to Susie Smith.
It was a pretty tough takedown there on the far side.
Yeah, and this game it showed a little signs of getting a little physical and getting a little chippy between the players, as this one is very important. These are two teams, they got a lot of respect for each other, but you got one trying to get their first ever program win against you and the other one that just needs a win.
A lot of the players that were on the field last year at Newberry in that game that we mentioned, Newberry up 3 at halftime, 7-4, ended up losing 18-14. Lenoir-Rhyne outscoring Newberry 14-7, 2 touchdowns to 1 in the second half.
And watching the game, it was just amazing to see an explosion of offense.
Newberry looks for the middle there as Wood picks up the bad pass.
Kind of similar to today. Defensive struggle at first, but then the Bears were able to figure it out then. Let's see if one of the teams are going to be able to do that today.
Under 50 on the shot clock. The construction is finally taking a break for a little while as the ball is loose in front of the net and picked up by Newberry again. Kendall Sewell right there.
And by taking a break, just moved on to quieter work.
Right. Yeah. Stopped, driving the heavy machinery. But it's going to be beautiful when it's all said and done. Home football opener September 3rd. Just over 5 months away.
It's crazy to think.
We have a whistle.
Looks like this one's going to lead to a foul. Let's see if it's a free position. Don't know if it was inside the box line. It's kind of faded from this angle with the sun in the face. I think it will be a free position shot, which this late into the shot clock is a tough blow for the Bears.
And it's Chloe Wood that will take it.
Isabel Dunham has to go run off real quick and get a new twig.
Newberry did score a second goal that got waved off on an illegal stick. And the Bears, both goals today by Caitlin Cavanaugh, sophomore from Johns Creek, Georgia, about an hour outside of Atlanta. Wood on the free position.
Wow.
Goes 5-hole on Sieben. Bears got there quick, but Wood kind of stopped and underhanded it past the Bear goalie to tie the game at 2.
What a shot.
She's impressive.
To take the bump, be strong enough to then just flip your hands as quick as she did.
Take a look at the Spangler
and get it
replay
between
here.
the legs.
She just stops.
Sieben had no shot. I don't even know if she saw it. She got down there, but by the time she was able to read it, it was past her.
.45 to go before halftime. Lenoir-Rhyne and Newberry tied at 2. Bears have done well on the draws so far.
Yeah,
and they continue to. Christensen's been great.
A little bit of a hold there, I think. And the Bears, that's very important for them. They against Queens, they were unable to win any of them. That's been a struggle for them at times this year. A lot of winnable draws that they just haven't been able to control. Gives you a chance to strike first.
Pass was too high there for Alexa Berghardt. The Bears control it far side. Susie Smith picks it up. See the Bear men's team, a lot of them sitting up in the end zone seats watching, getting ready for their game with Newberry, which is the second consecutive top 20 matchup here between the Bricks. Bears knocked off Queens on Saturday. There's a turnover there forced by Newberry's Caitlin Mason, picked up by Dora, the keeper, and now here come the Wolves.
A little bit of transition here, fast break. Let's see now. They got numbers. Let's see how they can play it.
Richardson lost it. Good defensive play from behind there by Dunham. And now the speedy Cassie Laffler.
What a nice pass up. And Cavanaugh, Dunham, Laffler, and Cavanaugh. Their footprints are all over this game.
So far, for sure.
Just got to figure out a way to get a couple more goals, get a little breathing room. What a play there by Dunham just to flip that. Numbers against, the Bears able to get back over here in a dangerous pass.
There's a pass that's intercepted by the keeper Dorr. Another sloppy turnover for the Bears.
Can't believe she's just a freshman. She's playing right now just so wise to take that chance to go get it. Saw she read it right off the stick that she could go get that and took a chance.
She's only 5'1", too, so she's not super tall and physically imposing in that crease, but she has been awesome so far.
And the defense rules so far in this first half. I mean, we expected a dogfight, but I don't know if I expected 2-2 with 8 minutes until half.
It fired the machines back up again. Under 40 for Newberry. Swung around to Chloe Wood. She's got both the goals for Newberry, and 46 on the season, which is second in the South Atlantic Conference. Ball's loose right in front of the net, picked up by Newberry's Heather Johnston.
Wow, I'm surprised Johnston didn't just turn in fire there.
Should have.
That was a dangerous territory, and I don't know if Sieben would have been able to react.
Wood gets a step, misses high, and with 10, Wolves have to hurry. Under 3. There's a shot and a goal at the last moments of the shot clock there for the Wolves. That's a tough one to give up if you're the Bears. Had them press back with under 10 on the shot clock in desperation mode. But Newberry gets the goal.
That just got it off. I mean, that's a tough one. Able to get across the goal, and it kind of just looked like the Bears got caught napping a little bit. Shot clock gets late, so sometimes the defense can relax because you just played 87 seconds of great defense. You relax for those last 3, and now you've given up a goal.
It's Keegan Hansen that scores it, senior from Rockledge, Florida. And we have, I don't know what's going on. It's Newberry coach Tommy Kelly is adamantly gesturing and speaking with the officials there on the far side.
I think he's wanting a little more, some fouls called for the contact as
they have let him play. They have let him play on both ways, though, I think.
Yeah, because I've seen Coach Buck. She complained a little earlier down here at this end about some of the calls. If it's even, which I think it has been,
yeah,
it's fair game.
I'm all for a little bit more physical game, a little bit of flow. Newberry turns it over. Ground ball pickup there by Hannah Jones.
And I think the other part about it, too, is I think the players are down for a little more of a physical game. Force them to just show up and make plays, especially on the defensive end. It allows them to have a little more control over how the game can go. Part of the reason why we're at 3-2 right now. But if you're the Bears, you got to use your speed. I think you got to find a way to get the Wolves a little more active, get the eyes moving. Quicker passing, quicker body movement, just more speed. Everything's a little readable right now.
So Newberry's taking the lead back. There's Smith cutting towards the net. Pass was a touch wide. Ball still loose. And it's picked up in the end zone by the Wolves. Madeline Messersmith.
And again, just an opportunity with a pass into the middle, but the Bears not able to connect, and it's really just one option, one read. That's all they've got right now. I think they need to pick this pace up, try to get some transition opportunities.
Here comes Newberry. They've had some fast break opportunities that have been cut off by the Bears. This one is not cut off, though, as Castle Richardson, the freshman, goes about 50 yards with it on her stick and extends the lead to 2. It's 4-2 Newberry.
So finally stops the little teeter-totter action we had, back and forth, back and forth. But for the Bears, you just got to execute on the offensive end because that's all the Wolves were doing. As you said, a long run and then a nice shot with a little heat on it between the body and the elbow. That's a tough save for Sieben to make with a runner at you, coming at you full head of steam.
24th goal this season for Richardson, the freshman from Forest, Virginia. her first season in Newberry, has been a real focal point of the offense. Wolves have doubled up the Bears here as we're over halfway through the second quarter. Coach Buck will call a timeout to talk about it. Bears trying to bounce back, cut into this 2-goal lead. When you come back between the bricks on the Bears Sports Network.
Play hard if you use your feet to chase fitness goals. If you stand all day at work. Introducing True Energy Infrared Technology Socks. These may be the best socks you ever wear. Our yarn is infused with infrared nanoparticles. Your body's natural heat ignites these tiny particles, producing infrared energy that improves circulation and stimulates cellular recovery. It's not magic, it's rocket science. The perfect sock for your active life, for fitness, performance, recovery. Proven innovation to ignite your true energy.
.6:12 to go before halftime. Eric Bach and Anthony Brown, glad you're with us. 4-2 game, Newberry leads Lenoir-Rhyne here on the Bears Sports Network. And AB, after a really even first quarter, the past couple minutes, the Wolves have been a lot more opportunistic than the Bears have been so far.
And it started here with the draws. They won the last 2 draws and were able to get the offense started there. But if you're the Bears, you just got to win one, go down and score, find a way to score. You've scored 1 goal in both quarters so far. Just a lot of time on the defensive and not enough time scoring and celebrating. I don't know what the problem is here.
That was a long timeout. So they finally get the ball and a clean win there.
Yeah, don't get too many of those. Burkhart,
for the Bears.
Great job right there by Burkhart. Now I want to see a little more speed, a little more action. Try to make this game faster. Shoot a little early in the shot clock. Take a chance.
Here's a little early shot and a save. But gosh, Mac Dorr has been a brick wall guarding the net there. Lehman, a good look at it.
But that's a great look there, just a better save.
They heard you. They took your advice, but Dorr was up to the challenge. And
now you can see them picking up the pressure a little bit here around the midfield because you got to find a way, I think, to speed this game up because Dorr is just, like you said, the door's locked right now. You got to find a way to open it.
That was there for the taking, and you didn't disappoint.
For the Bears, I think, again, you got to start it with your defense. Get a turnover. Get something that can get you out and going.
Got a whistle? This is going to be another free position for Newberry. I'm not sure what the foul was there.
Got to be something with the position violations all inside the 8-yard box.
Chloe Wood will take it. Already 2 goals today. She gets close and skips it past Sieben for the hat trick.
That's a good job right there by Wood, being patient. Just waited and finally got Sieben to commit to something and just went around her. That's a big goal there. That one.
It feels like that next goal at 4-2 was a big one. You're right. And Newberry gets it to stretch the lead to 3.
Now, after last year's affair, it's all wide open.
That's right.
You never know what could happen in the second half. But I think for the Bears, one of the big things that happened last year in that contest was they got a goal right before half that got them some momentum. There were a couple injuries and stuff in the first half, made it real choppy, real ugly. And they got a goal right before going into halftime that sparked them. And I think Coach Buck was able to light a fire in the team. This last 5 minutes needs to be LR's.
Yep, Bears were down 3, 7-4 at the half a year ago in this meeting. Almost a year to the day. It was in late March of 2021. Officials out. Whistle blows. The ball is won. It's still loose. A nice pickup there by Caitlin Lehman, who just had a really good scoring chance. Now she throws it ahead to Christensen, who got whacked on the shoulder there, but they'll keep playing.
Susie Smith still yet to fire a goal or shot.
I was going to say, he hadn't even gotten a shot. Got to get her involved. Here she is, but you always see 2 or 3 red jerseys around her. Kavanaugh fell down. She's got both of the goals for the Bears, trying to keep this possession alive. And Smith had a stick on it, now ends up controlling it with 52 on the shot clock.
Good job to come help. Got Lehman in the middle. Couldn't find her.
Christensen circles. Newberry's men's team just arriving here to Moretz Stadium. Big one tonight for them. Catching a team that's finally got its mojo back in Lenoir-Rhyne men. And there's another turnover for the Lenoir-Rhyne women and another empty possession.
And just not enough looks. This defense has been impressive, especially when you got Dorr back there, just not allowing anything through. You see why they've given up the second fewest goals in the conference. Just not a lot of opportunities.
Threading the needle that time for Newberry was Caitlin Mason. Got it to Richardson, who brings it down the near sideline.
And this is danger zone now for the Bears on the defensive end.
Got to get a stop here for sure. Down 5-2. Just over 3 to go before halftime. Been a quick first half.
So 3-0 mini run. You don't want this to get to 4 and 5. Get one of those big runs when you've struggled to score. Just got to find a way to keep your offense in this.
Under 30 to go. Wood already has the hat trick. Gets maybe hit the post there. It's either Sieben's stick or the post, one of the two.
Yeah, that kicked off too hard. A good stop right there by the Bears. You get the ground ball off of a hold. And now some speed up the side.
Cutting middle and scoring for Lenoir-Rhyne is Alexa Berghardt, the freshman. Great pass from behind the nets to cut the lead down to 2. The Bears needed that one.
They needed that one desperately. And then and the way you get it also means something too. You get a great defensive stop. You get out on a nice run by Keogh. Pass behind, find Berghardt on the cut. She catches and finishes quick.
You're right. That play was made by Rihanna Keogh. I mean, she grabbed the ground ball and just went down the far side, circled around, found Berghardt. It's a 5-3 game. Bears turning some defense into offense here. Just over 2 to go before halftime. Alexa Berghardt's 4th goal of the season.
And the Bears have had a little success. If it's anywhere they've had success now, their 3 goals have all came kind of right off to the left side of the door, right below the elbow. So you're not beating her high and you're not beating her to the right. They might want to try to keep trying to go there.
Lafleur runs down the ground ball, and it'll stay with Lenoir-Rhyne. So a little make-it-take-it Lacrosse here. High pass over Foxall's stick, but she picks it up.
And the Bears back in business again. Quick work.
Cutting and scoring again is Chloe Christensen. Couple of good offensive sequences in a row there for the Bears. They got the ball in the slot.
Oh, they're going to call in the crease, I think.
They called in the crease.
Oh,
they did.
My goodness.
Didn't look like she was in the crease, but
maybe just a little lazy with the feet around the crease. That's a tough one.
Now Hart brings it up to Richardson. 1 goal apiece waved off today. 1 for Newberry on an illegal stick. Another for the Bears in the crease. And down is Adriana Hart for Newberry. She was really slow to get up. Now she does get up, and they play on with 1:20 to go. About a 15 to 17 second difference between game and shot clock here for the Wolves.
I wouldn't be surprised if they run this down a little bit and just try to take one good shot. Dangerous pass.
Dunham almost intercepts it behind the net. And getting to the net for Newberry is Kendall Sewell, her 2nd goal of the day. And that's a big swing right there because the Bears looked like they had cut it down to a 1-goal game. It gets waved off. Newberry goes down not 30 seconds later and adds another tally to their total.
That's a big swing right there. I mean, it's a 2-goal swing. You were in position to cut this down to a 1-goal game. You thought you had a goal, and then immediately they come down. I don't mind Dunham taking that chance, too. It was a risky pass back there that had some float to it. Just unable to get it, and a quick shot to return. You're back to 3. 64 seconds to go here. It's a huge draw for the Bears. You got to try to win this and get some momentum going into the locker room again.
This is almost an identical first half to the game these two played last year in Newberry.
But the Bears have had success with the early offense. They've let the Wolves set up. They've struggled. Good placement there by Wood.
And a clean win for Newberry. Shot clock is not a factor at this point. Wood doubled. And a timeout for Newberry. Wood was trapped there in front of the bench, and probably a good call there from Tommy Kelly to call a timeout and get the offense set up with 49.9. We'll take a break with them, come back with the last 49 seconds of the first half here between the bricks on the Bear Sports Network.
If you play hard, if you use your feet to chase fitness goals, if you stand all day at work, introducing True Energy Infrared Technology Socks. These may be the best socks you ever wear. Our yarn is infused with infrared nanoparticles. Your body's natural heat ignites these tiny particles, producing infrared energy that improves circulation and stimulates cellular recovery. It's not magic, it's rocket science. The perfect sock for your active life, for fitness, performance, recovery. Proven innovation to ignite your true energy.
We're rolling after the timeout. Last 45 seconds of the first half. Newberry doubling up Lenoir-Rhyne 6-3. Looking for more here as the shot clock is off. Timeout just called by the head coach for the Wolves in his first season, Tommy Kelly. Graduated from Slippery Rock in Pennsylvania back in 2015. First year at the helm of the Newberry program.
Slippery Rock, one of those schools I love. I have no reason to, no connection to them. I just love everything about it. The name, logos, colors, just like Slippery Rock.
Slippery Rock as opposed to tight bolt. Ball is loose. I'm sorry, AB. 3 and the last second stick away. Good stop there for the Bears late to keep this to a 3-goal deficit. That was the deficit they were down last year down at Newberry before they exploded for 14 goals in the second half. And we'll try to repeat that performance here in about 10 minutes. We'll take a break at halftime, come back with the halftime stats in the second half of Lenoir-Rhyne and Newberry coming up next on the Bear Sports Network.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Everything the light touches will be yours. You must remember who you are. The one true champion. We are LR.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are LR. We are LR.
If you play hard, if you use your feet to chase fitness goals, if you stand all day at work. Introducing True Energy infrared technology socks. These may be the best socks you ever wear. Our yarn is infused with infrared nanoparticles. Your body's natural heat ignites these tiny particles, producing infrared energy that improves circulation and stimulates cellular recovery. It's not magic, it's rocket science. The perfect sock for your active life, for fitness, performance, recovery. Proven innovation to ignite your true energy.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Moret Stadium is an iconic part of LR Athletics, hosting games, tailgating, marching band competitions, sports camps, and graduation ceremonies. The stadium serves as a valued focal point for the greater Hickory area. The time has come to renovate the stadium to allow LR to continue to offer our student athletes, fans, and the community an exceptional experience.
Hey Bears fans, Dave here with Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac, your local hometown dealer since 1967. Come see us in Hickory or Morganton to check out all of GM's hottest new products, the area's largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, and service you can depend on. Visit us online at everettchevy.com. Good luck to the Bears this season, and remember, if you didn't get an Everett deal, you didn't get a deal at all. Go Bears!
Emergencies don't wait. Get to the hospital. Accidents happen. Get well soon. When it hurts to move forward, tackle your pain. Don't make your health wait. See your doctor. Your health means everything.
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
Excellence, integrity, care, curiosity. These are the values that define who we are. A community of thinkers, competitors, and achievers passionately pursuing the path of a purpose-driven life. Because at Lenoir-Rhyne University, we are called to greatness. We are LR.
This once-in-a-generation project will give student-athletes an advantage and position Lenoir-Rhyne as a leader in academics and athletics.
Welcome back to Moretz Stadium. Just a couple of minutes away from the second half between Lenoir-Rhyne and Newberry. Wolves lead at 6-3. Let's take a look now at our halftime stats. Presented by our friends at East Coast Wings and Grill. Bears actually with more shots on goals in this game. 9-8 have the edge in ground balls. 10-8 and the edge in draw controls. So it feels like Newberry should be down on the scoreboard in this game, but instead they're up 3.
And stuff like that is how you end up in a contest like you did last year, where Newberry felt like, in front by a good amount, 3 goals, and all of a sudden that second half it completely flipped. It's kind of got the making of where that could happen today. The Bears have dominated draw controls at times. They've gotten really good looks, but you got to find a way to get them past the goalie. And right now, Dorr, she's just not letting any through.
Yeah, she's been great. Obviously, you see 9 shots on goal for the Bears and only 3 goals. So 6 saves for Dorr.
And the defense has kept them in there.
Yeah, big stop there before halftime as Newberry would have had a lot of momentum going into the half if they were able to score there. But the Bears kept them off the board. Don't forget, we got the men's game coming up at 7. That will not start any earlier than 7, depending on when we get done here. Both teams here in Moretz Stadium observing this one. Saw the Hickory Hooligans, coached by Mitchie Tang and Kat Gaffney, playing a little lacrosse at halftime.
I was very amused watching.
You were locked in.
I was locked in.
And we were all kind of fun for the girls, but man, you were zoned into that thing.
That was fun. And for the Bears, let's see if they can have some fun now. I think this third quarter is huge. If you're the Bears, you got to find some type of success here early on and try to break the narrative that's already been set.
So LR going left to right here in the second half.
Carly Camp appearance here.
And the draw is a clean win. No, it was a clean win for the Bears, and it was on the stick of Christensen, but it ends up on the stick of Richardson for Newberry. It's the first possession of the second half. The Wolves, who lead at 6-3, but then immediately turn it over.
And a great job right there by the Bears. We saw that a little bit at the end of the first half, going to some double team work, because when you hold the speed advantage, you can force the pressure a little bit, try to get some extra opportunities.
Alexa Burghardt had one of the 3 goals in the first half for the Bears. And we have a whistle, and
it might be an offsides call. Yeah, a reset like that.
Kavanaugh with 2 goals in the first half, Burghardt with 1. Susie Smith still yet to attempt a shot on goal. Got to get her going here in the second half.
And they've tried to hit her a couple times in the middle, but I just think not enough movement by her. She's got to find a way to get involved.
A couple of good chances for Caitlin Lehman. One of them wiped off in the crease call. Right there in front of the net was Burghardt, or actually that was Christensen. But I don't know if she got tripped up, just kind of stumbled
close,
trying to catch that one. But either way, it ended up on the stick of Dorr. And another stop for Newberry.
It's close. The defenders, they're entitled to their, where they stand. They don't have to move for the offense. But that's close. Almost like a little bit of a hit check there. The refs have let it be physical, and they've kind of let both sides play all game. That's part of the reason why we have a low-scoring game as well.
Which is a good thing, in my opinion.
I love it.
My very humble opinion.
Better game, and it's not taking away opportunities from either side. It's just allowed the defenses to play a little more.
It's passed in front of the net. Johnston got surrounded by white jerseys there and just had to spin out of there.
Yeah, she couldn't even fire that one. That had to have been a no-look shot.
She's not Miles Moffitt. He will try that all the time. Now with 25 on the shot clock, Newberry trying to find a hole in the Bear D. Good check there by Lafleur. Shot is up and deflected high. And with 15 and counting, Newberry will have one last chance here. They scored a couple of goals in the late shot clock, and there's a clothesline there by Lehman, and I would imagine that this is going to be a yellow card, and it is.
Yeah, that's a good shot there. And again, the Bears being physical, but when you get late in the shot clock, you got to manage your physicality and your aggression to a level.
Caitlin Lehman Looking like she belongs out here on Saturdays in the fall with that hit.
Definitely cleaned out right there. I think the worst part about this is not the yellow card or everything, but it's the reset of the shot clock.
The Bears have, how many times have we seen that today? They've defended for 80, 85 seconds at a time, and then Newberry gets it late. Haven't scored yet here, but has a chance to.
I'd imagine they'll work this one back around to Wood. Try to set something up.
Plummer with it. They look in the middle, and the shot goes a touch high from Johnston. And the official, as Hansen tried to pick up the ball closest to her, the official made her pick up the one that was used.
What a play right there by Isabel
Dunham. Once again, she's been excellent today on defense.
Just absolutely read that one. I mean, just pick that one clean. Wow, what a play. Big play there.
Mentioned she's building an all-conference resume, and I wholeheartedly agree with you. That one got separated from Liz Black. And Keogh can't control it, and right after the Newberry turnover, the Bears turn it over. We've seen that a lot today, too.
That's been a problem for the Bears. You got to take advantage of your opportunities. It's part of the reason why I was in the keys to the game. You got to clear the ball. Give your offense a chance. This is a defense that's pretty stout. You can't afford to give away chances.
Floating pass and a whistle.
Have a violation inside, so that'll lead to a free position shot here.
That was a high arcing pass there for Sewell, who had a lot of space, but as soon as she caught it, the whistle blew, and now she'll get free position. Basically straight on here. And she scores. Tucks it inside the left post. It's a 4-goal lead for the Wolves, their largest of the day.
That's big. That was a big missed opportunity right there by the Bears. You get the stop the first time, you turn it over, and then you have to go back again, and they get a goal. This one, the numbers show it. It's really not that far away from the Bears. They've had a lot of good numbers, but you just got to take advantage.
The opposite of far away. The Bears are ahead in a lot of the categories. Second of the day for Sewell, 8th of the season. Kendall, the sophomore from Maryland.
Great lacrosse area.
Yep, Maryland, New York, Pennsylvania, and Canada.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff in North Carolina, too, but if you're not in the warmer climate, those are the 3 states generally.
And me from Florida, you see it all over the field. There's some Florida kids out here.
Yep.
So that one's controlled, and the Wolves trying to assert some dominance. A good job right there by Dunham as she forced her out. Gets the turnover.
Castle Richardson just ran out of bounds and has some words for the official, who has some words back, says you just ran out of bounds. Can't help you there.
Felt like there was a little bit of a push, but
Kavanaugh, and a push there on Sewell.
A loose ball push.
Tommy Kelly can't believe it. It's the 5th caused turnover for Isabel Dunham, which is already the 4th most in a single game in program history. And we have a long way to go. We got about 25 minutes of game time left.
She's not done yet. Let's see if the offense can get awake and kind of help her out.
They looked for Burkhart cutting there, but the pass got tipped, and another missed opportunity there for the Bears. They had what they wanted, just couldn't execute it. And they'll have to play defense with under 10.5 to go on the 3rd down 4. Newberry now with a break. Adriana Hart runs right into Liz Black. Cutting towards the goal was Richardson, but Cassie Laffler ends up with it.
Let's see if she can find somebody in the middle. Good use of the speed right there just to run around. A lot of running here. Got to find a release valve.
Dunham.
Got the middle open. You got Grimley in the middle.
It's a good bounce back game for her after the misfortune we talked about in the last game, but she's been magnificent today.
Yeah, and then good. I'm glad to see she just shake that one off, and also hasn't even picked up a yellow card yet. It's been clean for her.
Teammate Lehman picking up the slack in that department. She got her money's worth, though. Foxall gives it off to Lehman with 40 to go on the shot clock.
Susie Smith, way extended out.
That's where you want her if you're Newberry.
She's just not a threat out here, but it's good defense.
Lehman sidearms it and misses left. Kavanaugh was there, so the Bears will retain it with under 20 to go. Cutting and scoring is Alexa Berghardt. Bears turn that around quickly. Berghardt gets her second of the day. It's back to a 3-goal game.
So one of the things the Bears miss when they don't have Ellie Campbell out here is the size, her height. She has such good hands. She catches it high. She finishes high a lot. And they can make some of those passes into the middle. Well, Newberry's made it real cloudy. I wouldn't be surprised if they go to Berghardt a little more because she can just catch it over everybody and finish like she did there. Either way, that's a huge goal.
Back to a 3-goal game. Number 5 on the season for Berghardt. 2 today. 2 for Berghardt and 2 for Kavanaugh. I almost said Bergenaw. Combine the two names there.
Well, they need a little more action from Bergenaw to get this offense going.
Susie Smith an assist. Kavanaugh also assisted on that last goal. But a clean win for Newberry.
Now you're the Bears. You gotta put a run together somewhere along here. You gotta put a run and really make this interesting. Quick attack from behind.
Sewell gets in front. Good defense there by Hannah Jones to get in the passing lane in front of Sieben.
Read that one pretty easy to Sieben. Now Keogh uses some speed to stretch down this right side of the field. And a good job right there by the Bears. Now you got another opportunity to add some more momentum.
Kavanaugh, this is where she assisted on the last goal.
That's where she's at her best, when she's right offset from behind the cage. Work it around now.
Susie Smith yet to record a shot on goal today, looking for her first. Flips it to Lehman, splits the defenders, gets knocked down, and I believe a free position coming for her.
Yeah, that was a good, going to get him on a cross check right there. That was close to being a charge, but a good job to kind of spin, stop her own momentum.
So Bears 0 for 3 on free positions in the first quarter. Haven't had one since.
Step and fire on this one, a bouncer.
Lehman misses high, above the crossbar, and it will stay with Lenoir-Rhyne, and now the officials will come together as Tommy Kelly is making his thoughts known on the situation back there.
So, offsetting fouls there. Possession, like you said, will stay with LR. 31 seconds to go here. Got a decent amount of time. You can work decent. You don't have to work super fast.
Yeah, 31 seconds, a ton of time. Carly Buck now asking for an explanation.
A very intense game, and you could just feel it from the coaches.
Both teams know they need it.
Super intense.
So we restart. Jolynn Morey, we haven't heard much from her in the second half. This is her first touch.
She almost had the edge there.
Lehman cuts. Ball is loose with 15. Picked up by Grimley.
Nice.
Late shot clock getting tight is Susie Smith. First shot And first goal of the day comes at a really good time for the Bears. We've cut it down to a 2-goal lead here with just over 7 to go in the third quarter.
And that was just beautiful right there by Susie Smith, and a good job to change her positioning. She's been stuck up top all day. She gets off to the right side and just uses her speed, dodges underneath, and then a quick shot in the right corner before Dorr is able to find their way over there and shut it off.
Newberry calls timeout. Bears scored 2 in a row, cut the lead down to 2. We'll try to cut into it even more when you come back between the bricks on the Bears Sports Network.
Hey Bears fans, Dave here with Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac, your local hometown dealer since 1967. Come see us in Hickory or Morganton to check out all of GM's hottest new products, the area's largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, and service you can depend on. Visit us online at everettchevy.com. Good luck to the Bears this season, and remember, if you didn't get an Everett deal, you didn't get a deal at all. Go Bears!
Me and AB are getting down up here. They play some good tunes. You know, we got the makeshift sound system, obviously, with the construction. The press box doesn't exist.
Yeah, we could see it in Macon, but it's not there yet.
It's coming along. Every time we come out here, it's a little bit more developed. But Bears have crawled their way back into this one, 7-5 game. They scored two goals in a row. Newberry just called a timeout. We just finished up that timeout. I'm not sure what just happened. The
earrings?
Oh, the
earrings? Wow.
Probably don't want to wear earrings on the lacrosse field if you value your earlobes.
Wow, don't see that one too often. And that's actually going to be
that's a violation.
Wow, now they go. If you're the Bears, you get a woman up here.
Not man up, woman up.
And it's big opportunity now. You're on a 2-0 run.
Bizarre. It was Marissa Plumer who was the guilty party. Now she's sitting over there. You can see her sitting right there at the top of your screen.
Wow. This is my third year doing women's lacrosse on the mic, and easily the first time I've seen that.
Well, this is my first year, and that's the first time I've ever seen that, too. Susie Smith just scored 5th goal for the Bears.
A big one, too, a nice one. Let's see if they can get it back to her. She's off on the right side, or that left side again.
Finally got some space around the net and made the most of it. Here she is right in front of the net. Did she hit the post? She sure did. Clanked it right off the right post. Got it past Dorr, but now that starts the break for Newberry. And now here they come.
Got to watch Isabel Dunham.
Hart gets turned away. And Lafleur picks up the ground ball, gets it jarred away from her. And now a whistle on Newberry as Johnston took out Christensen there. So good stop for the Bears there, and Sieben to stop the fast break of the Wolves.
And a great job of the defense just to stay active on the stick. That wasn't an easy one to get off. So then Sieben got a clean read on it. And another opportunity to go score.
Hannah Jones got knocked to the ground there on the far sideline.
She's taken some hard falls this year running up the sideline.
Hannah, the senior from Topsail High School, not Topsail. Top Seoul. Never understand the English language sometimes, especially in the South.
Oh, man. It's just wild.
The Bears down 2, trying to cut it to 1.
And this is the run you needed, I think, if you were the Bears to get some life. It got a little dead in here, and a little dead on that sideline. There's some hope again.
Yeah, things were looking bleak when it was 7-3, and now it's a whole different ball game. Lehman with 35. Susie Smith straight behind the net. Kavanaugh, who has 2 goals today, had to go down to a knee to catch that one. And now Christensen.
Need a backdoor cut here. I wouldn't be surprised. This ends up with Susie Smith.
Ends up on the stick of Lehman. And a flag and, I believe, a free position coming for Caitlin.
Maybe a little interference there after the pass.
Tommy Kelly's got to be careful over there, jumping up and down. Bears have got to find a way to score on a free position. They're 0 for 4 today.
Which is insane. This team was so efficient on free positions coming into it.
Lehman turned away again. Tip save by Dorr. It's the story of the game so far today. The Bears would be ahead if they converted even half of those chances.
I think they got to start going low. Dorr's all over it high. She's just all over it. Got to take your chances. Try to bounce one home. At least give yourself a chance for the rebound.
Dorr just got a piece of that one, but it was enough. And now Newberry. And tripping and falling there was Cambry Cochran.
Not her finest moment of footwork there.
Did she? And then she got whistled to boot. So Newberry gets a fresh shot clock.
Nice play there. See if the Bears can come up with it.
It's loose, and they could for a second. Christensen pinballing it around. Ball just barely stays in bounds as Chloe Wood was right there. Now eventually the Bears end up with it. A lot of persistence there from Christensen, who's made a lot of those gritty, not going to show up in the box score hustle plays today for the Bears that have really helped them out.
A nice double team right here by the Wolves, but even better job to spin out of it comfortably. We've got to watch behind.
Running with it is Foxall.
I think that was tipped. I don't know if that pass got off clean. If she could feel the pressure from behind, even if she did get it off clean, that pressure clearly made the pass go awry. And now both coaches yelling, take care of the ball.
This will stay with Newberry. I think they say that Kavanaugh touched it last over there.
Wow.
Looks to be about the same thing as down here, but Bears don't get the benefit of either call. Newberry up 2 with 2.5 to go here in the third quarter. Only scored once here in this third quarter. And it will stay with the Wolves, as running out of bounds with it was Caitlin Mason.
Forced out, though.
Forced out by Kavanaugh.
This is a great job right here by the Bears. This is not allowing anything easy. By the time the Wolves get across, they're not going to have a whole lot of time to work on the shot clock anyways. Already wasted over half of the possession and not allowing them through.
Coach Buck defending herself there on the sideline. She's into it. It looks like Tom Izzo defending from the sideline.
Everybody's got to have quick feet. Finally get through and a good defensive play.
It was there by Tess Grimley, the freshman, and it ends up in a Bear possession. So Bears deserved the ball there, and they got it.
What a possession that was, too. I mean, you spent about 50 seconds here in the midfield trying to get the clear. Dunham, nice, easy spin.
Already 5 caused turnovers today for her.
Into
Cutting,
the middle.
And the pass was a touch wide there for Berghardt from Kavanaugh.
There's some tired players out there, as that one was out for the taking.
It's actually from Cochran, the pass. Cambry's got it now again in the end zone. Swings it over for Jolynn Moore, who's been quiet. Her and Smith, 2 leading scorers on this team, have been only 1 goal between them today.
I think they might want to look at that little give and go, though, with Smith and Morey off the right side or left side, either one.
Gotten a lot of looks on it today. Susie Smith, surrounded by Wolves. A pack of Wolves, if you will.
And fought her way through there.
She did, and got the ball to Cochran. 25 to shoot. Still plenty of time for the Bears.
10-second difference, really, between the shot clock and game clock, so this could be the final possession.
Morey. Burghardt shoots and gets it past the keeper door. They had to scratch and claw that entire possession, but it ends with a goal.
Oh, wait, I think we're getting a call here. I don't know if this is a goal. I didn't see any confirmation.
I think it is.
Okay, yeah, they're checking the stick now.
They're checking the stick, so Burghardt gets
no goal.
No goal. Is it an illegal stick?
Yep, I think they're going to call an illegal stick there. Which we might have it checked again. I don't know. Oh, that's huge.
Bears have gotten a goal wiped off today on being in the crease. Now they had one wiped off for an illegal stick. I don't know what makes a stick illegal.
So just how deep the netting is. And also, too, this is the warmest game they've played all year. It can move around.
Well, is it – I mean, you can't really control it. What happens during the game, I guess. You're just going to have to –
That's just a tough call. That's why they check after each goal, because it could be fine for the first 2, and just like there for Burghardt, just a little too shallow on the third one.
Good chance here for the Wolves now. Shot clock off. Under 20 to go in the third quarter. Wood gets close. Got it jarred away, but a foul.
That's a huge turn of events right there. And now you got Wood, who's just a scoring machine with a free position shot.
Hat trick today for Wood. That would have been the hat trick for Burghardt had the goal stood. Wood looking for number 4 today, and she gets it. And they say no in the crease.
In the crease. She tried to tap-toe around it. So the Bears get both teams now. 2 goals called back for both teams.
It's even. As the clock runs, Sieben probably just content to let it run out. That is what Dunham will do. And that is the end of the third quarter. 2 goals for the Bears, 1 goal for Newberry in the third. The lead is 2 for the Wolves as we head to the fourth quarter. Let's take a look at the Spangler replay at that last call here on Chloe Wood. Gets in on Sieben there, and they deem just her right foot there was in the crease. So no goal. Both coaches going to have a conversation with the officials between quarters. We got a good one coming down the stretch. A must-win game for these two. So we head to the fourth. Newberry 7, Lenoir-Rhyne 5 here on the Bears Sports Network.
Play hard if you use your feet to chase fitness goals. If you stand all day at work. Introducing True Energy Infrared Technology Socks. These may be the best socks you ever wear. Our yarn is infused with infrared nanoparticles. Your body's natural heat ignites these tiny particles, producing infrared energy that improves circulation and stimulates cellular recovery. It's not magic, it's rocket science. The perfect sock for your active life, for fitness, performance, recovery. Proven innovation to ignite your true energy.
Back here at Moretz Stadium, 7-5 Newberry as we roll in the fourth quarter. So used to calling baseball, almost at the top of the fourth inning. You see both head coaches there. Carly Buck for the Bears on the left. They finally have dispersed, but Tommy Kelly and Carly Buck spent that entire break between the third and fourth quarter talking with the officials. Both, as you mentioned, AB, before the quarter break. Both teams today have had 2 goals wiped off, one each for an in-the-crease call and one each for an illegal stick. So obviously there's some disconnect there between the coaching staffs and the officials today, and both were expressing that disconnect, I think.
And it's been a physical game. They've let the players play. I think it's allowed for this game to be as good as it's been. But also, too, for the coaches, the passion that they show is part of the reason why their teams have success. You could just see it for Tommy Kelly. This Wolves team has taken a big step to look like a threat in what's starting to become a very difficult South Atlantic Conference. So I'm not super surprised that you got multiple players out here and coaches showing their emotion. That's what they do. That's how they coach and play. But the refs having just a quick discussion, maybe telling them to calm it down just a little bit, maybe clearing some of the language, seeing what the coaches have, what they're seeing, and hopefully they can go share the word.
We talked about it earlier. You take a look at those records that are above the 2 teams on our scoreboard there. Newberry 3-1 in the SAC, Lenoir-Rhyne 2-1. And you mentioned how important it is to be either second or third, so you don't have to see Queens in the conference championship or in the semifinals of the SAC tournament, which is right here between the bricks. We'll have all those games for you here on the Bears Sports Network at the end of April. Looking forward to that.
And the other part about it, too, is
go ahead.
You want – both of these teams desperately would love to host that quarterfinal game.
That's right.
So you're fighting to get in that top 4. And
3 and 4 seeds host on that Tuesday.
For all we know, this could be the 4-5 matchup.
Could be. Good look for Newberry here to start the 4th quarter. Plummer thought about a shot, but
I don't know why she didn't let that one
she should have just let it rip. Had some space. Haven't seen a lot of space. These 2 defensive-oriented teams.
She should have let that one fly. That was a great opportunity right there with a goalie moving.
Yeah, Sieben was moving to the post.
You got to keep an eye on Wood.
And they do. And looks like a free position's coming up for Chloe. Already a hat trick today.
So that's another thing you have to watch, too. After a conversation with the coaches, it's 1 or 2 things happen with the whistle. It either gets really tight or really loose. It's hard to stay the exact same after you've talked with everybody and got all these opinions.
Here comes Wood. In the back of the net it goes. Chloe's got 4 today.
And they're going to call in the crease
And they say in the crease again. Wow, that's 2 in a row that she's gotten free position goals waved off by being in the crease.
She's just got to shoot it a step earlier. It's there. She's just getting so close. She's not leaving herself any room.
The door is open for the Bears if they can take it.
A little cross check right there around midfield.
Sewell, the guilty party, right on the sideline. Even her head coach can't argue with that one. The ball is jarred loose from Keogh there. And once again, jarred loose.
That was
the
a
ground
head check.
ball picked up, and you're right.
Easy call there.
Newberry will roll with it.
I think that was a little bit of a frustration foul. This is a long pass up off the bounce.
Little cherry picking here, and a save. Heck of a job there by Sieben. The Wolves were behind the defense, and Sieben was the defense herself there.
Which she's capable of being. She's already set the school record in saves in a game, and she had another performance that was top 3, so definitely can do her part back there and keeping her team in it. A 2-goal game with 13 minutes to go is a lot of time, but the Bears got to keep attacking.
Susie Smith, goal here in the second half. Bears have outscored the Wolves 2-1 here in the second half. It was a 6-3 game at halftime.
And on a little 2-0 mini run.
Yeah, Newberry got the first one of the second half. Bears have gotten the last 2. Kavanaugh looks for Smith, can't get it to her. Guarded tightly by Mason.
Nice move
Kavanaugh
there.
got the ball jarred away, but Burkhart picked it up. 22 on the shot clock. Maury.
14, got to go.
Smith way out, looking for some teammates towards the net. 5 to shoot. Susie Smith shoots, just missed right
I think we might get a foul
and a penalty here late. Smith went tumbling after she let that ball go.
They're going to put
and
2 seconds.
Say that Messersmith was the guilty party there, and Susie Smith will try to score the Bears' first free position goal of the game today after they're 0 for their first 5.
And you know what? This might be the best thing for the Bears right now because Susie Smith, she could put some heat behind it. You're going to get 2 seconds on the shot clock. This is a step and fire. No playing around. She's going to step and try to place this one. I think you got to try to bounce this one home.
Bears have tried to go high today on Dorr, and it hasn't worked. Smith goes low and scores. You called it, AB. It's a 1-goal game.
Dorr's been so quick with her hands, and normally you see the smaller goalkeepers, they're really good to get down low. But she's been so fast up top, you got to change something up. Susie Smith did it there, and a great job. Gets this down to a 1-goal game.
He's a prophet. 7-6. And a goal that actually stands. The last few we've seen scored have been waved off for various reasons.
Yeah, what's the imaginary score right now? Like 9 to 7?
At least. Bears have had 2 waved off. But now it's a 7-6 game. Bears just an extra point behind. That was a football reference.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right here between the bricks. Love a good football reference. We've seen a lot of football-like action today.
We have.
With the physicality.
I think the 2 players there forgot which direction they were going. And now Christensen will try to win this draw.
And these are 2 teams now in territory that neither one of them have been in a lot of this year. A close game late.
Yeah.
The Bears
have grabbed 2 3-goal leads late in games and have held on to a couple of them against Tusculum and another one early in the season.
Tough catch there with the sun.
Newberry, in their wins, they've been comfortable. Hasn't been a lot. It's been either win big or lose big. Their 2 losses are by 15 or more goals.
And just to talk about it, though, you could see the defense for the Bears. That one's going to be a offsides, leads to a full shot clock reset. So that's huge for the Bears. And keeping the pressure up. 3-0 run. Susie Smith with 2 of the 3 goals.
Maury.
I think that's a yellow card.
And it will be a yellow card, I think, on Robin Hall. Yeah, senior from Rockledge, Florida. And now, Jolynn Maury has a chance to tie the game.
I think, again, you got to get close, bounce it home.
It's 0 for 2 on these free positions so far today. Here in crunch time, the whistle blows, and the game is tied.
She went quick. That's the key. Dorr's been so good. You got to make her just react to it. I don't care how much space is in front of her. She's been so good with her positioning. You got to go quick. The Bears sped up this game a little bit late in that first half, and now they're tied.
Jolynn gets number 15 on the season. And maybe none bigger than that one. Tied this game up here at 7. It's a brand new ball game here with 11:13 to go.
The games, this feels exactly like it did last year, watching it. And the only difference is last year they played halves. This year you get quarters, so you got a little break in between. But it's almost as if in the same point around this time last year, the Bears went on that run. Now you tied it up. Can you get a couple more to give yourselves a lead, give yourself some breathing room? Because the offense seems to have found some rhythm.
Can they win another draw here? And
let's see who this one goes to.
I think the arrow favors Newberry. It does.
Yeah, alternating possession. But this defense, they've done their job. They're holding the Wolves right now at 7. It's a team that can get up there to 14, 15, 16. Real easy.
Averaging over 14 goals a game. And under half of that here today.
We've seen crazier, but I'd be surprised if they hit 14 today.
Yeah, me too. Wood got the ball jarred away from her. Richardson.
Is that Dunham who took the hard fall there? Hard fall.
It's an official's timeout for Wood to recover. It'll be Newberry ball off the restart with 79 to go on the shot clock. But, that'd be a big loss for Newberry as Wood is very gingerly walking there on that left ankle.
That's a huge blow, not just for how this game will finish, but just wondering how that'll affect Wood.
Let's take a look at the Spangler replay.
I mean,
it's a fairly normal collision there, I think.
Yeah, it looked clean on the check, but it looked like a hard fall for both players. I think what happened really is it was a clean check, but I think Dunham fell on Wood's ankle because she was holding her stomach a little bit, and you could see a slight limp there.
Yeah, the old heel to stomach doesn't feel too good.
But if the Bears were able to come up that'd have been another cause turnover for Isabel Dunham. That was a clean check from behind. Kind of surprised she didn't start the game on Wood as that matchup.
It's getting looked at on the sideline, but they'll have to play without her right now. Newberry shoots and scores. Skipped in by Adriana Hart.
What a shot.
The freshman from Franklin County, Virginia, gives Newberry a much-needed goal and gives them the lead back at 8-7 with 10:19 to go.
That shot had some English on it.
That's the furthest away we've seen somebody score today.
And with the last two being called back from crease violations, there's no shot of a crease violation when you shoot from back there. But that's one thing that can happen when we've seen it before, when the best player or the goal scorer or whoever it is goes down and other people have to step up. One of two things can happen. Either that team can have other players step up and score goals and show that they're worthy, and the defense won't be able to adjust to new people scoring, or the Bears will just lock down everybody and stick to their game plan. Right now, it's +1 for the Wolves.
Hart now into double-digit goals with number 10 on the season in her first season in Newberry. And it's a big one there. The Bears are now behind by a goal, and another draw control for the Wolves.
As we're getting late here, and it's getting intense, not just for the players, but for the fans. Officiating crew, I think they've done a good job of keeping it balanced all game.
I agree with you. They've been fairly consistent as you can be in this game, I think.
And it's allowed for us to have a great game.
Yeah. Hart just scored the goal. Flips it to Plumer.
That's a tough pass.
Plumer's, by the way, third in the sack and assists with 18 coming in.
Well, somebody has to assist on all these goals that Wood is scoring.
Wood's up and standing over there. Sieben a save on that shot by Richardson as it deflects to the corner in a 60-second reset of the shot clock for Newberry. As we creep to 9 minutes to go. Messersmith.
Bad pass.
Dunham run it down. It's actually Keogh in the corner. As deep in the corner as you can go is Castle Richardson.
The Bears got it.
Doubled there is Sewell. And there is the whistle on Newberry. Back to the Bears.
You just can't move a player who's got the position there. Good job by the Bears defense on the double team, and then just not giving up their position. They had rights to their territory. Now you're giving your offense another chance to tie it up.
Bears come from behind. They were down 7-3 in this game. Tied it up at 7. Newberry scored the 8th goal to jump back in front here in the fourth quarter.
And how of a change it's been. Just because Susie Smith has scored, now Kavanaugh feels like she's quiet and she can get back into the action.
She had the first 2 for the Bears. Now Morey just scored the equalizer. Tries to score the equalizer again, and we'll have
offsetting. So that should stay here this time.
Yep.
Arrow
favors the Bears.
I think that's the right. I think that's the right way there. Saw a hit early, but you just can't move the defenders. The refs have allowed the defense to be in front and be physical. You just can't move them out of their spot.
And then Morey, just like a bull in a china shop going in there.
But still, 50 seconds now. Plenty of time to work.
Smith, tough catch, tough shot as she spun around, and it will stay with Lenoir-Rhyne. That would have been maybe the greatest goal of Susie Smith's career if that one went between the pipes.
She had one last year kind of like that. I was on the call for it. It had me flabbergasted.
It's hard to get AB flabbergasted. Cochran, save made. Backdoor again. Shot is wide. Morey picks it up. Whistle.
Took a couple pushes there.
And the official indicated that it was on Morey. Not sure what the call is. And the officials seem to be a bit confused.
They called another offensive foul on Morey. I didn't see that one
there. She initially pointed that it was on Morey, and then after.
Wow, that's a tough one. Especially when you get pushed in the back twice.
Yeah,
you're gonna run into somebody. That's a tough call there.
That is a given. You are gonna run into somebody. Under 7.5 to go. 1 goal lead for Newberry. And Carly Buck cannot believe she has to take a seat down there on the turf here in Moret Stadium. She's having a hard time with the officiating. Carly, an official herself. She's a certified official, so if there's anyone that knows the rules of this game, it's that woman. Now Faber lost it. Kavanaugh tried to take it from her and now does take it from her. Caitlin, surrounded by red jerseys, trying to tie the game and then just pulls off.
High pass, nice catch there.
Christensen
Attack.
had a look at it but decided not to pull the trigger.
Keep the pressure up, keep moving, keep attacking.
Now Lehman. Morey. Cambry Cochran, they swing it around. Susie Smith. Susie gets a screen and a shot, and we are tied again.
Heck of a shot right there, and how this game changed when Susie Smith was able to find a little success, just something. That move she made earlier down here with a dodge, put it into the top right corner. All of a sudden now the fire is hot.
Second of the day for Susie Smith, second of the second half after she was shut out in the first half. And now we're tied again with 6:10 to go.
And this one, better buckle up. It's going to be a battle to the finish.
So Morey and Smith, 2 leading scorers on this team. That was goal number 21 on the year for Susie. 2 leading scorers have come through in the clutch. Morey tied the game at 7, and now Smith has tied the game at 8. A must-win game for these two as far as postseason seeding goes and just the SAC standings in general. These are 2 teams that are very evenly matched. And they're trying to get a big win here today. Newberry, as Chloe Wood is back in the game after she had to leave earlier with an ankle injury.
And no tape job either, so she's
Yeah,
just back.
she's
But
just
Isabel
rolling.
Dunham does it again.
Was that Dunham or was that
was
Brimley
Dunham.
behind her?
Dunham, I saw her. She got that one clean. She was plotting on it. Finally found her chance and got it through.
Big play for the Bears. Liz Black now trying to push the issue. 5.5 to go.
I think we're going to have a timeout called.
Timeout Lenoir-Rhyne. So Carly Buck goes sprinting down the sideline to get the timeout. We'll take it with them. We got a good one brewing down the stretch we come. 5.5 to go. Lenoir-Rhyne 8. Newberry 8. Join us for the final 5.5 after this break on the Bear Sports Network.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Moret Stadium is an iconic part of LR Athletics, hosting games, tailgating, marching band competitions, sports camps, and graduation ceremonies. The stadium serves as a valued focal point for the greater Hickory area. The time has come to renovate the stadium to allow LR to continue to offer our student athletes, fans, and the community an exceptional experience.
Tie game, 5.5 to go. Lenoir-Rhyne with the possession out of the timeouts. Looking to take their first lead since it was 1-0 in this game. And playing from behind the vast majority of this game.
It's been a fight just to get here, and you got to hope that they have enough juice to get across the finish line. Sometimes that's the hardest part in the comeback.
Morey looked for Cambry Cochran cutting. It's a little alliteration there.
That's a tough catch there with the sunlight. It's almost away, but that's a tough catch for Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh made it after a little bit of uncertainty. 33 to shoot.
Susie Smith behind the goal. A little more of a decoy right now.
Just scored the equalizer. Now back with it is Kavanaugh. 2 goals today. Had the first 2 for the Bears. Really carried them offensively in the first quarter. Pass bounces. Grimley picks it up. 15 to shoot. Grimley. Morey. Got to get going. Under 5. Far away. Jolynn close. And a whistle.
We're going to get a cross-check there.
Oh, right before the shot clock buzzer.
I do think it was the right call. It's close, but it was the right call.
That had to have been tenths of a second left on the shot clock
and
when that whistle was blown.
In situations like that, it goes up to 2 seconds on the shot clock.
It's just at 1 right now.
Yeah, just 1.
With Morey, the free position, just has to fire it.
Well, there it is at 2 seconds.
And now it is back to 2. You were right, AB. Trust yourself.
Yeah.
Morey underhands it and 5-holes it for the lead.
Skips it home. Jolynn Morey. That's why we highlight him at the start of the game for reasons like this.
Jolynn, 2 goals today, none bigger than that one. Had a second, 2 seconds on the shot clock to get that thing off and just one-stepped it past Mac Dorr. And for the first time since it was 1-0, Lenoir-Rhyne is in front 9-8 here with just over 4 to go.
And the other part about this, too, is the Bears, all of a sudden, they're at their season average for the goals.
Yeah.
And this one looked pretty grim early offensively, but they've caught fire in this second half.
Big draw here. The Bears can win it. Can maybe increase their lead to 2. 2-goal lead feels a lot safer at this juncture of the game, but they cannot win it. Chloe Wood. And the Bears take it away. Dunham once again. And has now tied the single-game record for caused turnovers with 7. That's the program record. And whistle on Newberry.
Well-deserved for Isabel Dunham to us. We get a little bit of contact here, a little physicality. And on both sides, there's some frustration boiling over as it's been a physical game. And it's been
understood in a game of this magnitude that's been this close throughout. Newberry was up 7-3. And still the conversation between Tommy Kelly, the head coach for Newberry, and the officials continues here.
He's a promising coach already.
He is. I mean, obviously Newberry's not known really as a great women's lacrosse program coming into this year, but he's got him at 8-2
in
his first season. They're just fundamentally sound. There's a good takeaway there for Heather Johnston, and now a run out for Newberry. Crossing over, and the pass is wide for Sewell. Big miss there on the feed from Richardson, but Newberry runs it down in the corner. And it will stay with the Wolves. It's Plumer's down there.
This is going to be a fun ride for the final 3 minutes.
Sometimes I think that there's like longer delays in these lacrosse games because the players themselves don't know the rules.
Just don't know what's going on. Dunham took a chance there.
And Dunham did. She tried to break the record. She's got 7 caused turnovers today, which is the program record. Now she gets a yellow card. Almost made it the full 60 minutes without a yellow card, but gets one here late.
It's not a South Atlantic Conference game unless Isabel Dunham gets a yellow card. Had a heck of a game, though. Well deserved to tie the school record, and I wouldn't doubt if she gets a chance to break it.
Senior from Maitland, Florida. That's in the Orlando area.
Yes, Winter Park.
Same high school as Wade Kuda from the baseball team.
And also Austin Rivers.
Yeah.
It's not that far from me. I've actually played against Winter Park.
Big Jacksonville guy here for the tie. And we are tied.
Good job there. And you could see she
Chloe
made
Wood.
a difference. In the last couple, she's went straight in to dump it home like that. This time she went almost around, so that way she didn't step in the crease like her last 2 goals. We've got 2:35 here, and this is a toss-up now. This is
4th today for Wood. 48 on the season now for her.
Sheesh.
She would have had 2 more today, but both got wiped off when she was in the crease.
And for the Bears, they've been in control pretty much in draw controls all game. But
they had the edge in the first half. Newberry's up 11-10 in that category. So it's basically a wash, but this is the biggest one of the game right here.
Most important one.
9-9, 2:35 to go.
Both players are ready.
Chloe Christensen.
A lot of movement going on around there. It's hard to hold that position for a long time, these players.
And it's up. And won by Newberry.
Was that Lehman who came in and knocked it free?
She did, but Newberry tries to throw it away. And we have a whistle and a timeout for Newberry, I believe.
It's a good timeout.
Newberry had it, and
a turnover.
Plumer was about to throw that thing just to nobody to get it out of that mess. So we'll take one last timeout here with the Wolves. 2:31 to go. Tied at 9. Down the stretch we go, and a good one here on the Bear Sports Network.
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
2:31 to go. 9-9. Lenoir-Rhyne and Newberry tied up.
We've seen the Bears lock up the Wolves a couple times here in the midfield area. Let's see if they can do it now in one of the biggest moments of the game.
Biggest 2:30 of these two teams' seasons so far.
Wild pass.
Newberry just trying to get it close to the goal here. They've had some trouble and almost caused turnover there by Susie Smith as the ball goes inside the yellow 30-yard line. Chloe Wood, 4 of the 9 today for Newberry.
And this game changed, too, when the Bears put Dunham on her.
Yeah.
She's been limited now to just only free position goals.
1 turnover away from setting the program single-game record today, Isabel Dunham. But bigger fish to fry for the Bears. Bad pass in front of the goal, and the ball is still loose. A couple of Bears had a chance at it, and Newberry picks it up with 26 to go on the shot clock.
Not a free position shot here, but a foul. 23 seconds to go.
It was just outside the circle. The Bears were lucky. Minute 25 to go. 15 for Newberry. Late clock. Messersmith goes down, and we have a whistle there on the Bears.
See if the clock's going to get reset any. It's not.
Shot clock reads 8 right now.
Looks like it'll stay at 8.
Officials in this fourth quarter really haven't been on the same page. We've had a lot of extended stoppages in this game for them to sort out what's happening with each other.
Not necessarily a free position, but dangerous position.
Messersmith gets in the middle. 5 to shoot. 4 to shoot. She shoots, and it's saved. Biggest save of the day there for Sieben, but we have a whistle on the shot, and I think a free position is coming for Newberry.
Oh, that's huge. You were playing for an opportunity to take the last shot, and now you got to get a big save. And this is from straight away, too. This is a dangerous area. And really, if you're the Wolves, you could almost just pull it out and take the last shot yourself since you get a shot clock reset.
Yeah, 60 on the clock.
Oh, no, they take it back down to 2.
Take it back down to 2.
It's going to be a
there
step
it
and
is.
fire.
Ooh, I don't know about that on the Spangler replay. Close. And the shot is saved again. Sieben stops it low. She stopped 2 in a row, and now the Bears have a chance. Oh, but a turnover. Forced there by Plumer. And now Newberry ahead. Oh, the Bears got the stop they needed and then turned it over right again. Newberry can hold for the last shot
did
here.
Dunham just
but
get
the
the
ball
record?
is loose. Smith still loose. And now Newberry,
Who are they
as we
calling
have
that
a
one
whistle
on? Are they calling that one
on Lenoir-Rhyne, I think.
It's going to be on Dunham. That's a tough call if it is.
Is it a yellow? It is, and she's out. Second game in a row that Dunham's gotten 2 yellows. This time it was within a couple minutes of each other in the fourth quarter as opposed to the first quarter on Saturday.
Wow, that's...
But now with 45.7 and the shot clock off, Newberry can hold for the last one here.
That's a tough call.
Yeah.
That's
a couple of tough ones that went against the Bears. Sieben stopped the free position that was created because of the first foul.
Now you gotta find a way to get a stop here. 45 seconds. If you're Newberry, you almost can just run this down and take the last shot.
Harley Buck is frantically talking to the officials on the table over there.
I personally think they got the wrong defender, too.
Yeah.
I thought Susie Smith might have been the one or whoever it was that was there. But there's a conversation going on, I think, trying to see where possession is or anything. I don't know. Coach Buck fighting until the end for her players.
And she knows the importance of this game. So now everyone's spread out. And now here we go.
And Wood, she might just hold it for 40 seconds.
I would if I were her.
Just you got to believe now they're going to find a way to get this on her stick and just find a way to make it happen.
She's got 4 goals today, the senior from Sherwood Park in Alberta, Canada.
Guys, teams ready to get their warm-up started.
Both teams ready to roll. Up top. 15 seconds to go. Newberry with it, trying to get the go-ahead goal here late. Right in the middle. The shot is stopped by Sieben.
Long pass,
and now she's got to throw it ahead.
She's got one, too.
7 seconds.
You got a chance.
Kavanaugh got to pick it up, and that will take us to overtime. Lenoir-Rhyne 9.
Wow.
Newberry 9. We're through 60 minutes, and those were not enough to decide a winner today. Good couple of good chances. How about Sieben coming up big like 3 different times there in the last minute of the fourth quarter?
What a game, and what opportunities missed by the Bears by getting some stops and getting the defensive control of it, and then not being able to go on offense and get a final shot at it. But defensively, what chances to stop everything.
We're going to take a break and come back, explain the overtime rules to all of you in about 90 seconds here, as we're about to roll here in overtime in the women's game on the Bears Sports Network. Three minutes on the clock. First goal in the back of the net wins the game. 3-minute sudden death overtime.
You've been getting a hard time over here because you mentioned overtime.
Because I asked the question. I asked the question, what are the overtime rules? And now my comrades up here have turned against me, blaming me for the overtime.
I want you to know, though, personally, I've been thinking about overtime for like 2 weeks.
No such thing as jinxes. Oh, so you're going to implicate yourself in this then?
I'm fine with that. I just didn't say it like you did. So they don't give me as hard of a time. Let's see. Ever so important, the draw. Let's see. The Bears
First
can get it.
goal wins it. Christensen, can she fight and win another one? She sure can.
That's huge, and now the Bears with an opportunity. The first chance. Oh, boy.
It came from behind, down 7-3 at one point here in the second half. Got a couple of equalizing goals.
Ooh, turned down Maury in the middle. She was open.
Hard to find the ball in the sun as it's still up. Christensen.
Kavanaugh, she scored the first two. Let's see if she can finish it off.
Passes too wide for Smith. Can she pick it up? She stumbles, and the possession remains with the Bears. A good pickup there by Jolynn Maury.
Got some help.
Kavanaugh again with it in the end zone. Looking for Smith in the middle. Cochran's out there as well. Maury and Smith to her right. 2 minutes. First goal wins.
You want to talk about high intensity.
This is how overtime should be. Christensen. 25 to shoot for Maury. Top of the point. looking for Smith, and she can't get it to her. And it's a stop for Newberry and a reset. The Wolves will have to get a shot off before the buzzer, but Bears probably not as good of a possession as they were hoping for to start overtime after they won the draw.
I thought they turned down a couple opportunities early, which happens sometimes. I think when you're facing a defense that's been as good as Newberry's been all game.
.70 seconds left. Newberry yet to cross midfield, and now they do. Mason. Timeout Newberry. With 1:02 to go. First goal wins. See if the Wolves can get it when you come back between the bricks. Overtime creeping to an end here on the Bears Sports Network.
I'm Rob with Center Street Eats. We're located at 2250 North Center Street in Viewmont. We offer fast dine-in, carry-out service. Usually your prepared meals at lunch from 11 to 3 are ready within 5 minutes. Center Street Eats also offers prepared meals and snacks, protein bars, smoothies, and so much more. We can accommodate most allergy restrictions and can adjust our weekly menu to comply with the most current trending diets like keto and paleo. Street Eats has helped fuel the sports programs at Lenoir-Rhyne for over 10 years now. We work with every program on campus, and we look forward to working with them again.
Little Eminem playing through the speakers. It's appropriate for the moment. 1:02 to go. 9-9 in overtime. Sudden death overtime here at Moretz Stadium. Eric Bach, Anthony Brown. Glad you stuck with us.
Ooh-wee,
got ourselves a good one here, AB. First time we've done a women's lacrosse game together, and if they're all this good, we're going to just have to do them all together.
And especially if they're all going to be this good. Needed to end with a Bears victory, though.
Trying to hold Newberry out here with under a minute to go now.
Uh-oh.
Wood. She's got space. She gets to the net, and she ends the game. Chloe Wood gets number 5 on the day. They have to check the stick, and it is confirmed a Newberry winner.
Yep, I saw that one when she was able to split. You can see she gets to split. She's just so good. Get an easy run like that. That's a tough stop. And the first program win ever over the Bears for the Wolves. Congratulations to them. But what a game and what a loss that is for the Bears. That's a tough one. To fight all the way back as they did. You get the first opportunity. And this game, as much as it is, Isabel Dunham controlled it in so many ways. When she was put on Wood, she was able to slow her down. She got sent out of the game right late at the end of it and wasn't able to be an impact there in overtime. Wood's able to get a goal. And for the Bears, the offensive struggles continue.
Bears fought back hard, as you said, but just could not get it done late. Newberry 12, Lenoir-Rhyne 11. Got 40 minutes on the clock here at Moretz Stadium. And we've got the men's game coming up at the top of the hour. Lenoir-Rhyne and Newberry Part 2 coming to you next. The Wolves took Part 1 here on the Bears Sports Network.